I'm Dave Burrows, and welcome to this week's episode of Freebab News, where we discover that a chastity belt is not just used for protecting virginity.
I'm Jeff Hans, and this week we find out how alcohol and San Diego can make you invincible.
Oh my god, it's Freebab News. Oh my god, it's Freebab News.
Plenty of people have a problem with authority, and with good reason, as a growing number of cops abusing their power are coming to light.
We've all had those daydreams of getting back at a cop that gave us an undeserved ticket, but a man in Arizona took his revenge in an interesting way, as he decided to slash the tire of a cop car on the street.
The cop was writing up a ticket for an unrelated incident when Ashton Powers came up to the police cruiser and stuck a knife in his tire.
This type of revenge would have been the perfect crime, had it not been for the fact that the car was running with the police officer inside.
Mr. Powers claims to have not known that the car was running, or the fact that the police officer was sitting in the driver's seat. As Ashton was walking away, the cop promptly stopped him, laughed about the incident, then slapped some handcuffs on him.
The most ironic part of the arrest is the fact that the tire of the police cruiser was slashed, and Powers had to be taken to the precinct in a different car.
Ashton fully admitted to the crime, and police say that this will not soon be forgotten. Though I understand your intentions, Mr. Powers, I still have to give you the Freebab Dumbass of the Week award. Please wait until we're not around before you stab it with a knife. When you're 9 years old, digging a hole in the backyard is insanely fun. Who hasn't dreamed of digging to the other side of the earth and popping up in China?
Not only that, but the excitement of possibly finding something really cool buried beneath the dirt. Honestly, who didn't start digging a hole with the sole purpose of finding a T-Rex skeleton?
Well, one 9-year-old found a little bit more than he thought he would after digging a shallow hole in the ground near his home.
The toddler unearthed a small plastic bag, and contained within the bag was a .38 caliber revolver and a single bullet.
Given the fact that the gun was so easily found under the surface of the earth, police say that the gun was obviously hidden until someone could come back and retrieve it.
The serial number has been checked, and the gun has not been reported stolen. I don't know about you, but if I was 9 and found something like that buried in my lawn, I'd cover that thing back up.
I guess whoever hid the gun thought that burying it 2 inches under the surface of the earth was good enough.
The lesson to be learned here is, if you want to find something buried in the ground, forget metal detectors and dogs. All you need is a 9-year-old with a healthy obsession with finding worms. The old American pastime of a late-night cruise. Put the windows down, turn on some tunes, and make the night your mistress. But when you combine that with another American pastime of slamming Jaeger shots like a college freshman on rush week, poor decisions are bound to be made.
A suspected drunk driver careened over a cliff in San Diego. You would think that the 4-story drop would have left the man in critical condition, but apparently he was driving a sedan tank hybrid as he walked away from the car with minimal injuries.
After the plunge onto Sunset Cliff Beach, the car landed upright on all 4 wheels in the sand. The car took the brunt of the force but was stuck at the foot of the cliff.
When paramedics and police attempted to rescue the man, he was fighting, screaming, and yelling, and was combative towards police.
Eventually he was removed and taken to the hospital by helicopter, with none of his injuries thought to be serious.
Another lesson about alcohol. If you drink and drive, nothing will happen to you and you will become invincible.
I think you missed the point of this story.
If you drive off a cliff, make sure it's in San Diego.
Nailed it.
Ask around and anyone will tell you one of the most expensive bills every month is the energy bill. If you refuse to pay, the power company will eventually shut you down.
In New Zealand, they take freeloading energy consumption very seriously, as found out by Clive Sailman, who got a letter about his energy consumption.
Though the letter was delivered to Mr. Sailman, it was not addressed to him in any way, rather to the street lamp outside his house.
Meridian Energy was tired of the energy-sucking lowlife that was 771800 Street Lights NPDC Control Point 394. So they sent a wordy letter explaining that they would cut off electricity in 7 days.
Somewhat alarmed and perplexed, Clive gave a call to the energy company explaining the situation, although he didn't get very far as the company was asking for customers' details, even though the customer in this case was a lamppost.
Running out of options, Clive decided it was last resort time. He went up to the lazy street lamp and knocked several times, only to receive no answer.
It was later found out that the letter was sent out in error as a part of an automated system. But does that mean that all street lamps are low-life energy suckers? And if the lamp doesn't pay its bill, what happens? Is New Zealand destined to have barren, dark streets void of streetlights?
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But what I do know, if these were American street lamps, honest, hard-working street lamps like in Detroit, you better believe they'd be paying their energy bill.
Actually, Detroit just filed for bankruptcy. Dogs have long since been known to be man's best friend. Whether it's teaching them to fetch a beer, or just to have a friendly hunting buddy, canines have been part of the family for years.
Some people choose to go to breeders, while others choose to adopt. Some even go as far as taking in stray dogs from the street. A man in Arkansas learned how dangerous it can be to adopt a stray.
The 39-year-old paraplegic took in his newfound fluffy friend in hopes of having a new furball pet. Unfortunately, the dog didn't quite understand the intentions of their relationship.
The man woke up with a burning sensation in his midsection, as well as the dog's nose buried between his thighs.
What happened next was much like a scene from the Saw franchise. When the dog pulled his snout from between the man's legs, he noticed blood on the dog's muzzle.
Since the gentleman had no feeling from the waist down, he couldn't feel that the dog had eaten... well... the dog ate one of his testicles.
Whoa, yikes! Well, you gotta wonder, all those times of playing fetch with your dog, where you pretend to throw the ball, but you really keep it in your hand, then you say, "Where is it, huh? Where's the ball? Where did your ball go?" Is this the ultimate revenge? I found the ball. It's in my mouth. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Free Bap News. If you felt a strange pain in your testicles when you heard that story, go ahead and hit that like button.
If you want to keep up on how to not be arrested by police, go ahead and subscribe to our channel.
If you ever went digging in your backyard and found something strange that you didn't think you were going to find, go ahead and leave that story in the comment section below.
If you want to spread awareness of New Zealand's freeloading street lamps, go ahead and share this video with your friends.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Free Bap News. This is because of you. This is because of you. Now get out of here. I love you. You don't know anything about me, but I love you. I love you so much.